take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0. 3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year. Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight? The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Ready to go.
Here's Ryan. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. A look at the Buccaneers starters now on defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago. And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5. And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tack McKinley. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 2nd and long. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory. You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulate. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front. Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Ryan It's Freeman. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 40 now on second down. Ryan, a gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's go.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They run, Devontae Freeman. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. That's complete to Smith. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touch. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll look to throw. Finds finds his man. Watson over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's got room. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, the 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go again.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He completes it to Julio Jones. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains.
Let's go. 59, ready. You got 4. You got 4. Let's go.
On 1st down, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Airing this one out for Evans, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. He finds his target. It's Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Second and 9 now. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll set up to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ryan now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan, quick hitter here. It's complete. Fighting down past the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel their...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th.
I got you.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan is going to flip one out here to his running back. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tack McKinley able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Jones. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught by Evans. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Ryan. That'll be complete to Cook.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Ryan. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
This is Freeman. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. Ryan wants to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So now the Bucs down by 10. And time, a huge factor. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. Wide, get wide. Check. Check out. Roll out.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Watch the screen. Check. Fair. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right. And there it is, Brandon, taking a knee. They get their first win of the season. They're now 1-3. And I remember when a 1-3 start meant you didn't even talk about going to the playoffs. Now